Welcome everyone to a journey behind the stone walls and razor wire of Canada's most notorious prisons. When you think of Canada, you probably picture maple syrup, hockey, and polite people. But like any country, it has a dark side. A world hidden from public view where the nation's most dangerous individuals are locked away. Today, we're peeling back the layers of this hidden world, exploring the history, the harsh realities, and the terrifying stories that echo through the halls of Canada's correctional facilities. Forget what you think you know, because the truth is often more chilling than fiction. Let us start with a name that sends a shiver down the spine of anyone familiar with Canadian crime: Kingston Penitentiary. Opened in 1835, it was one of the oldest and most infamous prisons in the world until it closed its doors in 2013. For over 178 years, KP, as it was known, housed some of Canada's most infamous criminals, including serial killers Paul Bernardo and Clifford Olson. Imagine walking these corridors, knowing that men who committed unspeakable acts once walked the same path. The prison was a hotbed of violence, riots, and daring escapes. The 1971 Kingston Penitentiary riot is a particularly dark chapter. For 4 days, inmates took control, leading to a brutal standoff that resulted in the deaths of 2 inmates and widespread destruction. The guards who were taken hostage described the experience as pure terror. Even though it's closed now, the stories of hauntings and residual energy linger, with former staff and visitors reporting phantom footsteps, disembodied voices, and doors slamming shut on their own. It's a place where history refuses to stay buried. But Kingston isn't the only fortress of fear. Let's travel west to the prairies, to the Saskatchewan Penitentiary, often called Sask Pen. This maximum security federal institution near Prince Albert has a reputation for being one of the most violent prisons in the country. It's a place where gang affiliations are a matter of life and death. Rivalries that exist on the streets are amplified tenfold within these walls. Stabbings, beatings, and murders are a grim reality. In 2016, a massive riot broke out involving nearly 200 inmates, leading to 1 death and multiple serious injuries. The cause: inmates were protesting the quality and portion sizes of their food. It's a stark reminder that in such a tense, volatile environment, even the smallest issue can explode into deadly violence. Guards at Sask Pen have to be constantly vigilant, aware that a normal day can turn into a life-or-death struggle in an instant. The psychological toll on both inmates and staff is immense, living under constant threat in a world governed by a brutal, unwritten code. Now, let's head to Quebec, to the Archambault Institution. This maximum security facility is notorious for housing many of the province's most dangerous biker gang members, particularly from the Hells Angels. The 1980s were an especially bloody period at Archambault. In 1982, 3 guards were tragically murdered by inmates during a botched escape attempt, an event that deeply scarred the Canadian correctional system. Just a few years later, in 1985, the prison was the site of the Lennoxville Massacre, where 5 members of the Hells Angels were systematically executed by their own gang brothers inside the prison chapel. Imagine the sheer terror and paranoia of being locked in a facility where your own allies could turn on you at any moment. The walls of Archambault have witnessed betrayals and assassinations that rival something out of a gangster movie, except this was all too real. It highlights the power and ruthlessness of organized crime, even when its members are behind bars. Another prison with a terrifying reputation is Millhaven Institution in Ontario. Built to replace Kingston Penitentiary as the province's main maximum security facility, quickly earned the nickname the end of the line. Millhaven was designed to be escape-proof, a super maximum security prison for the worst of the worst. It houses a special handling unit, or SHU, which is essentially a prison within a prison. Inmates sent to the SHU are considered too dangerous or disruptive for even a maximum security environment. They spend up to 23 hours a day in solitary confinement, in a small concrete cell with minimal human contact. The psychological effects of such extreme isolation are profound and well documented. Many describe it as a form of mental torture, leading to paranoia, hallucinations, and a complete breakdown of a person's sense of reality. While it's meant to control violent behavior, critics argue it creates even more damaged and dangerous individuals. The despair and hopelessness within the SHU are palpable, making Millhaven a truly frightening place. But what is life actually like day to day for an inmate in one of these facilities? It's a world of monotonous routine punctuated by moments of extreme tension. Your day is dictated by bells, head counts, and lockups. You lose your name and become a number. Privacy is a forgotten luxury. Every move is watched, every conversation potentially overheard. The social hierarchy is complex and brutal. You have to learn quickly who to trust, who to avoid, and how to navigate the intricate web of gang politics and personal feuds. A wrong look, a stray comment, or an unpaid debt can lead to a violent confrontation. The constant background noise, the clanging of steel doors, the shouting, the alarms creates a perpetual state of anxiety. It's a survival love-fittest environment where showing any sign of weakness can make you a target. Many former inmates speak of the constant fear, the feeling of always having to look over your shoulder, even in your own cell. Beyond the violence, there's the psychological warfare. The loss of freedom is a heavy burden, but it's the separation from loved ones. The missed birthdays, the holidays spent alone, that truly eats away at you. The feeling of your life passing you by while you re-trapped in a concrete box can be overwhelming. This sense of hopelessness is a major contributor to the mental health crisis within prisons. Rates of depression, anxiety, and post-traumatic stress are incredibly high among the inmate population. For many, the sentence doesn't end upon release. The trauma and habits learned inside often follow them back into the outside world, making reintegration a monumental challenge. The scary part isn't just the time spent inside, but how the experience fundamentally changes a person, sometimes forever. Let's not forget the men and women who work in these institutions. Correctional officers walk into this dangerous world every single day. They are vastly outnumbered and face constant threats of violence. They are spit on, assaulted, and must always be prepared for the worst-case scenario. The stress of the job is immense, leading to high rates of burnout and PTSD among correctional staff. They have to be counselors, law enforcers, and mediators, all while maintaining their own safety in an environment designed to contain chaos. Their stories are often unheard, but their bravery and resilience are a crucial part of this entire system. They are the thin line that separates order from anarchy inside these walls. So, while Canada may be known for its peaceable kingdom image, its prison system tells a different story. It's a story of violence, desperation, and the enduring struggle between control and chaos. Places like Kingston, Sask, Penn, and Millhaven are not just buildings. They are containers of society's darkest impulses and deepest fears. They serve as a stark reminder that behind the polite facade, there exists a harsh and terrifying world that most of us will thankfully never have to experience. The tales from within these walls serve as a cautionary lesson about crime, punishment, and the human capacity for both cruelty and survival. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive into the chilling world of Canada's prisons. If you found this journey as fascinating as I did, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more explorations into the hidden corners of our world. Let me know in the comments which of these stories you found the most unsettling. Stay safe and see you next time.